Hey there guys, I'm going to give you an update of the garden, show you all the progress. It's been quite a while since the last one, so here it goes. Okay, so we'll start on the patio, which is the sunniest area for me. The lettuce tower is going really well, and actually once they're planted in there, the roots really hold the soil, so you can just water fairly liberally. So we just started to harvest lettuce from that. Need to find something a bit tastier though. There doesn't seem to be much flavour in some of the lettuce I've got. Actually something that's a bit of a fail. I hadn't realised it, but I planted some radishes in the tower as well. I just thought it was all lettuce that I put in the pot that I took the seedlings from. This is looking good, this pot of chamomile. So that's really growing up now. And I divided those out from an original plant. And there's the tomato plant I've just put out. It's had an evening out now. This is the next day. That's doing well. So I might put the others in. There's a tayberry there on the fence that I put in recently. The herbs are all doing really well. So there's lots of thyme, rosemary, there's oregano there. I've got my bay trees. I'm thinking for the longer term, I might ultimately take those bay trees out, because actually further down in the garden I've got quite a few in and they're doing really well when they're planted in the ground, and maybe I could use that vertical height for something else. Maybe thinking about strategy for the future, more towers. Speaking of which, let's look at this strawberry tower. It's doing really well. See all the flowers. So they're flowering like mad, and just starting to produce some strawberries. You can see there, just starting to come through. So I'm looking forward to harvesting all those, and I do intend to make some wine from them if I get enough. So that's something to look forward to. And lots and lots of lemon thyme there, and I've propagated a lot of these thyme bushes. The garlic's doing quite well there. Garlic. Okay, so I'll just show you some of the new plants I'm going to put in. So here are the tomato seedlings that have been growing. They'll be going in shortly into the pots. These are chili seedlings. Been doing quite well, so we'll get them planted out very soon as well. This is a marshmallow plant that a friend gave me, so I'll have to see what that's all about. And this is a Jerusalem artichoke, so I'll need to get that in the ground. And I went to a National Trust property, Charlcote Manor, at the weekend with my partner, and I bought some of these. So annual herbs, new ones to try for me. So we've got broadleaf sorrel, a couple of hyssops. One of those was meant to be a strawberry mint, but must have got mixed up. And orange scented thyme. So I'll have 4 different thymes now, with that added to the broadleaf, the common thyme and the lemon thyme, so that's good. The olive tree's doing well. And some lettuce in there, and some parsley, some sage. So lots and lots of herbs, so that's all great. I'll show you along the forest garden. Quite a lot has happened here. So I've got a huge bay in the corner there. That'll probably keep me in bay leaves on its own. We've got several more further down. Down here, this is a really exciting plant with the light coloured leaves. That's a goji berry bush that someone gave me. So that's cool. See how that goes. Seems to have transplanted quite well. Just wait for that to dig in and get its roots going and really start to grow. In here we've got rosemary. Back there a lavender, got oregano here. This is a blackberry bush. Got some myrtle here, which is like a small bay leaf with more concentrated flavour. And then down here we've got some oregano, and there's another blackcurrant bush, and some golden marjoram down there by the tree. Throughout here as well, which you might not be able to see as well, are some smaller, much smaller cuttings that I've taken that will just grow and grow. So this border underneath these 2 fruit trees, the tree on the right is an apple, and here is a plum tree. that I've pruned that should have a lot of fruit on it, so we'll show you an update when everything starts to fruit. So yeah, just building the canopy layer and then getting some perennial berry bushes below, along with a floor of herbs really, and building that up. Down there you see another blackcurrant bush, and also some small herb cuttings. So there is some oregano and there is some lemon thyme. That was a justaberry that's done really badly, so might need to get another one of those. That didn't transplant in very well at all. This is comfrey, so I took it from our alleyway actually, and I've planted it in. It's a really beneficial plant. It really basically mines nitrogen from really deep underground where a lot of other plant roots can't reach, and it brings it up to the surface in its leaves and in its roots, and then you can chop and drop. So chop it off when it grows really well, and then use it as a mulch around the plants you want to feed, which for me is mainly going to be the plum tree, which is the big tree up there. So pruned that early spring and that's looking good. This is an apple tree that fell over in a storm but is recovering nicely, and this is an apple that I pruned in the winter. So first time for pruning the trees. Been volunteering with some local community orchards and learning how to look after all the fruit trees and prune them, so that's really good. Actually down here, as a result, I got some rootstocks from these community orchard places, and I've layered it down, the rootstock, so that's just coming up now. So hopefully I'll be able to produce my own rootstock and then get grafting on some trees. This one down here is fennel, so I've got about 4 of those because I divided it from earlier in the year, and hopefully next year I can divide that one again and get lots and lots more plants out of it. Bit of golden marjoram at the bottom of that tree, and this is English mace down here, and again it's from something I split out and multiplied the plant. So I've got another 4 of those I think, or 5. And then see down there, it's a nasturtium just come up, and down there as well, nasturtium. So they're great. You can eat their peppery leaves, and they've just come up from seeds from last year that were dropped from the previous crop. So here I've got a row of bay trees, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're doing really well already. Below there, this is a really interesting one. That is a white strawberry apparently, and that is flowering, so I'll look forward to showing you that. I haven't seen a white strawberry before, but someone gave me that plant and 2 others, so I'll spread them around. That one's a perennial leek where the leaves taste of garlic, and some more fennel and lemon thyme and oregano there. And we come into this bed. Got gooseberries on the fence line over there, and we've got lots of strawberries, some garlic there, some fennel, some wild garlic. That wild garlic is still flowering, so once that seeds and the seeds are spread, I'll end up with a ton more. And there's some wild garlic over there as well. You can see it under the white flowers. That's it. There we go, another white strawberry on the right hand side. So got just on the right hand side there a large red currant bush, and then behind it a really large gooseberry plant. And as we go here, we've got some more perennial leeks with their foliage tasting of wild garlic, and the way they multiply, it's really interesting actually. They send up a group of seeds that you can use as garlic, and if you don't use them as garlic, they'll fall over onto the floor and seed themselves, and you'll end up with a number of baby perennial leeks next year, and that's how they all multiply. So I'm looking forward to that. And loads of oregano all the way along the front bit here. Lots of strawberry plants as well, using lots of strawberries here just to multiply over the winter, so I can stock my towers, maybe additional towers for next year. Just cleared that bed. I want to be putting in lots of things that I propagate this year, and a bit of a weedy patch here I'm afraid, so all these still to go. and finish off with the compost bin. So I made this out from an old fireplace, and mainly put in leaves from left from over the winter that I cleared up from the garden and put in there, and then also I've put on top any fresh green material that I get from, for example, weeding, and also from mowing the lawn. And you can see actually here some old plants that are just coming through. There's a load of potatoes. I think once you plant potatoes you'll always have potatoes because you can never quite get them all out, which is a nice problem to have. So that is the garden tour. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you've got any advice you can give me, let me know, and thank you for watching.